everyone. This is going to be a video about my gallbladder surgery experience from like diagnosis that I had problems all the way up until recovery time and stuff like that. Originally, before my diagnosis with Graves' disease and hyperthyroidism, my mom thought that I had gallbladder problems. She had gallbladder problems whenever she was around my age. It started like around the time that she had my older sister, and it kind of went away for a period, and then it came back a few years, I think, after I was born, and she had to have hers removed, and she was really infected and everything, and so she said that all my symptoms sounded like gallbladder symptoms, and whenever I had went to the emergency room, they're like, it doesn't sound like that, so we'll just, so they only took care of the most pressing issue, which was the hyperthyroidism, because, I mean, you can go into a thyroid storm and die if you don't get that diagnosed in time, or, keep everything under control with regular checks and stuff like that. So after my surgery and everything, after my thyroid surgery, I did good for about a few weeks and stuff, and then I was put back into bed, as I said in a previous video, and it took us forever to even notice that anytime I started feeling really bad, besides like the calcium deficiency and the vitamin D deficiency, it took us a long time to figure out what else was wrong. Like, we didn't even notice anything was going on until about the beginning of March. So in March, I had gotten to the point, like, it was very slowly progressing to this stage. It got to the point where my grandmother had, she gave me a burger that she made, and I took a bite of it, and as soon as it got into my mouth, I just started feeling gross from head to toe, like instant meat sweats or something, you know what I'm saying? I had the chest pains, and I didn't say anything about it for about a week or so, because I just thought, oh, well, maybe it just didn't agree with me, I'll just, wait till it dissipates and then go to sleep. Well, it kept happening, and then one night it finally got so intense to where, I couldn't do, like, anything. I just felt deathly ill, just nasty and hot and nauseous and just shaky, and like, I just wanted to throw up. I really did, because it just made me feel that bad, and it was anytime I ate. And so that led to a lot of weight loss, because I couldn't eat hardly anything. But it got so intense that I said something, and we realized then, uh-oh, gallbladder. That is most likely what that is. And I asked my mom about it, and she said that that's exactly what that sounds like. You may have even had gallbladder problems before, and no one ever knew about it, because what you had at the time was way worse. So I went to my surgeon, the same surgeon who performed my thyroidectomy. He was awesome. I love him to pieces. But he wanted to do like all these other different tests and stuff to make sure, and I just brought up the fact that, I have a family history of gallbladder problems. And so he ran a whole bunch of tests, like, to make sure it wasn't an adrenal tumor, or, hormonal tumor, or, just full workup. And that way, if I did need surgery, he could put me under, and I wouldn't die. So I was originally supposed to have the ultrasound and a HIDA scan, and I was only, Mom thought I was going to have both of the tests, but he said that, my surgeon said that I shouldn't have to have the HIDA scan if anything shows up on my ultrasound. So I went in there, and I laid down on the table, and this is the same woman who did my thyroid ultrasound too. But as soon as she put the thing on me, I wanted to throw up, because she put it right here, right under my ribs, And she just pressed and pressed and pressed, and I was like, ugh, ugh, this was awful. I want to punch you, but you're nice, so I'm not going to do that. But, I mean, you know, it's just one of those things where you're like, oh my god, this is torture. And, so, she was taking pictures and stuff, and while she had it right there, I couldn't look at the screen. I was just in agony, just feeling sick, and it hurt. It made my entire chest hurt, so I had to keep my eyes just shut tight so I could get through it. And then she moved it over to the side, right over here, and I was able to look, and you know, you get curious, you want to see, and that stuff's really cool, so I looked over at the screen, and she goes, I was like, oh, what's that? And she's like, those are stones. And I was like, that's what I thought. And on the screen there were at least 7 easy, perfectly formed circles. Like 6 or 7 at least. And she's like, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and send you home. You don't need to hide a scan. And I was like, okay, that works for me, because I was nervous about having that one. So I went back to the surgeon, and he went over my results and everything, and he decided, he was like, okay, that thing needs to go. It needs to come out right now. And, well, not right now, but you know what I mean. And, so he scheduled me for surgery on April 3rd, and, since it was my second time having surgery, I wasn't really that nervous about it. The only thing that super sucked, you can't even really tell where I had it. Well, no, that's not true, never mind. But, I mean, y'all probably won't be able to tell it, but I had to have my IV right there. That is the worst. You know, surgery went well and everything, and, you know, there's no need to be nervous, just standard stuff, and, like, I came out of surgery, and the thing that was the hardest for me about it, like dealing with like the recovery and everything, was from where it was right on my abdomen. It really was hard to try to move around and everything, like going to the bathroom and stuff like that, but, like, I was so nauseous whenever I came out, and I think it was because of the amount of anesthetic that they used, because last time I wasn't nauseous at all, either that or just, you know, from where it was all on my abdomen, and, from where I had just had, like, an organ removed right here, instead of, you know, just all up here, to where it doesn't affect your digestive system or anything. I was super nauseous. I mean, like, I couldn't even open my eyes. I was so nauseous, everything was spinning as soon as I came to, and I had to be given Phenergan. They gave me oxygen, and then they gave me more pain medication, and it took me a long time to feel well enough to even, you know, try to sit up or talk or anything. But as I said before, with like my thyroid videos and stuff, my nausea was the worst about it anyway. Recovery time wasn't really that bad. Recovery time was about a week. That's all I really needed. I had to come off of my pain medication 2 days after surgery because it was just too high of a dose for me. It only took about a week for me to get to where, you know, I could shower regularly again and, you know, get up and move around and be back to me, even like at like 50%. That was way more than what I had been dealing with since the end of September. And so that was a miracle to me. I mean, it was great. And now I am able to move around and do a lot more, go out with friends, and, you know, just be me and goof off and laugh. And, you know, I still have a little bit of trouble digesting certain foods, like even stuff that isn't all that greasy, but I mean, even just like a little bit, it can cause some nausea and stuff like that, but it's nothing major. While I will say that my thyroid surgery was a lot easier, my gallbladder surgery had more of like a lasting massive impact on the way that I felt every day. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'll probably do another video here soon about my weight loss and certain things that I was stuck eating. Just because I just wanted to cover like the main points of my gallbladder surgery and let y'all know where I was. So, talk to you soon.